All right, today we are unlocking the system that massive companies use to organize, well, everything sales related. Now, I know it can sound super complex, but trust me, we're going to break it all down so you can totally get it and maybe even use these ideas yourself.
I mean, have you ever stopped to wonder how a giant company, think Nike, think Apple, keeps track of literally millions of potential customers? Seriously, how on earth do they know who's just window shopping, who's a serious buyer, and who's already a huge fan? It sounds impossible, right? Well, turns out there's a playbook they all follow.
And you know what? The best way to think about it is like you're organizing the ultimate video game guild. You've got to know who's a rookie, who's a seasoned veteran, and who's ready to take on the main quest. So yeah, let's just forget all the stuffy business jargon for a minute. Just think of this as leveling up your character, right? From a total newbie to an absolute legend.
Okay, let's dive in. Level 1, the friend request. So, what exactly is a lead? Well, every adventure has to start somewhere, right? That first step, that first encounter. And in the sales world, that's what we call a lead. So, a lead is basically just a raw piece of info. It's an email someone typed into a website form, a business card you grabbed at an event, maybe even just a name from a raffle. The key thing here is it's just a hint of interest. That's it, nothing more. And this right here is the perfect way to think about it. It really is like getting a friend request on a gaming platform. You see the name pop up, maybe a little avatar, but you have absolutely no idea if this person is legit. Are they a future teammate or just some random bot? You've got to do a little digging first.
So, what's the point? Why even bother with this lead stage? Well, because it's your filter. It's what keeps your main list of real, actual customers clean from all the random noise out there. Leads are basically your maybe pile, your unqualified suspects. This lets your sales team focus all their time and energy on the people who might actually buy something.
All right, now we've reached a checkpoint. It's time to level up. This is what's known as the conversion event, and this is where the game starts to get really exciting. You've checked out that friend request, and now it's decision time. Do they get to join your guild? This is that critical moment where a simple lead levels up into something way, way more valuable. The process itself is actually pretty simple, but it's super powerful. So you start with that lead, you get in touch, you talk to them, and you qualify them, which is just a fancy way of saying you confirm they're a real person with a real interest. And then you hit convert. The second you do that, the old lead record is gone. Poof, it literally disappears. And in its place, something new is born, an account and a contact. So this is the crucial difference right here. Think about it. A lead is the rookie. They're an unqualified suspect, maybe just an email address. You're not even sure if they're serious. But after you convert them, you get a contact, and that's the pro. They're a qualified prospect, you know who they are, and you've confirmed they're actually interested in buying. The difference is, honestly, night and day. All right, so we've got the player and the team. What exactly are contacts and accounts? Well, remember, when that lead leveled up, it didn't just become one thing. Nope, it split into two. A profile for the individual player and a profile for the team they belong to. So the account is pretty simple. It's the company, the organization, the team. It's the Westside High Wildcats or Swift Logistics. Basically, it's the guild banner that all the players rally under. It's the group. And then you have the contact. This is the actual person you're talking to at that company, your specific player, the one you send messages to. Could be the CEO, could be the team manager. And here's the cool part. You can have a bunch of different contacts, a whole roster of players who all belong to that one single account or team. Okay, you've got your team, you've got your players. Now it's time for the main quest. This is the whole reason we're playing the game. So what is an opportunity? An opportunity is exactly what it sounds like. It's a potential deal that you are actively trying to win. We're not just having a casual chat anymore. Oh no, this is an active, tracked negotiation that represents actual potential money for the company. And this, quote, nails it. The opportunity is the main quest. It's got a clear goal and hopefully a big reward at the end. It has different stages you have to clear. It has a dollar value attached to it and a deadline. For any business, this is the whole point of the game. Now, you don't just create these for fun. You create an opportunity only when a deal gets real. I'm talking you're discussing specific products, you've sent them a price quote, and there's a real timeline for them to buy. This is absolutely crucial because this is how a company forecasts its future. It's how they predict how much money they're going to make. Okay, so theory is one thing, but now it's time for some real-world boss fights. Let's put this whole thing together and see how it actually works, from start to finish.
First up, a sneaker store. A teen fills out a raffle ticket just to win a keychain. That's your lead. The store calls them and finds out, hey, this kid needs new shoes for their entire basketball team. Boom, conversion. The account is the team, the West Side High Wildcats. The contact is the teen. And the opportunity? That's the quote for 15 pairs of sneakers, a cool $1,500 deal.
Okay, example number 2, a tech company. A CEO clicks an online ad for some new AI tool. That's your lead. A salesperson calls, confirms that their company, Swift Logistics, is totally serious about buying. Bam, conversion. The account is Swift Logistics, the contact is the CEO, and the opportunity is that huge $30,000 contract for a 3-year subscription. Starting to see the pattern here?
And that, right there, is the entire playbook. It's a really simple but elegant flow that takes you from just a random name all the way to a real deal. First, the lead, then that turns into an account and a contact, and that leads to the opportunity. This is the exact structure that powers the sales engines of the biggest companies on Earth.
So there you have it. You now know the playbook that companies use to win. You get the blueprint for how to take just a flicker of interest and turn it into a concrete, achievable goal. So the real question for you is, whether it's for your job, a school project, or even just a personal ambition, what's your main quest?